Well, good morning. I'm Pastor Steve of the Warwick Christian Fellowship. It's Wednesday morning, March 1st. We're out of February into March. Spring's around the corner. Do you have everyday faith? The psalmist Asaph wrote in Psalm 73, verses 16 and 17, "When I thought of how to understand this, it was too painful for me. Until I went to the sanctuary of God, then I understood their end." Sometimes our Christian life, we're in a constant state of euphoria. We're always experiencing God in some wonderful way. We're just riding on a high cloud. But you got to realize that when you go to church, you don't always have a strong sensation of God's presence, even though He's there. You won't always be deeply moved by the message. Then again, sometimes you will. When that happens, you can thank God for that. But we don't live in those times. We don't depend on them. When we mature spiritually, we understand that we need to apply ourselves to the truths of God. We need to realize to come down from that spiritual mountaintops to the valleys to the real world of temptations, challenges, and trials that we live in. Church should equip us, challenge us. It should build us up. Something wonderful happens when God's people come together to worship. Jesus said in Matthew 18, He says, "Where two or three are gathered in my name, I am there in their midst." Not only is God manifested His presence is manifested in a unique way when we come together as a church, we often find resolution for our problems while we're there, or at least you gain some perspective of how to deal with them. Asaph grappled with the age-old question, "Oh, why wicked prosper?" And then it dawned on him. He said, "When I thought how to understand this, it was too painful for me. Until I went to the sanctuary of God, then I understood their end." In other words, he didn't understand why things are the way they are, but when he came to God's presence to study His Word with His people, his questions came in a proper perspective. When we think about the greatness of God, we remember the truths of God, and it puts our problems in perspective. That's one of the benefits of being in your Bible, being in church amongst like believers, and talking to God in prayer. It changes your perspective, and you start to see it how God sees it. It'll put your problems in perspective. I hope this helps you. I hope you have a great day. May God bless you. I hope I see you tomorrow. Be well, friends. Bye-bye.